Can I be honest? I don't like it when good things happen to people I don't like. I know, it's terrible, but I said I'd be honest. And if you're honest, you may say the same thing. And I think that's why this story that Jesus told makes us a little uncomfortable. Last week we talked about a lost son. A story about a guy's little brother who leaves home and takes the family's money and goes off and has fun, spends everything, and then one day his brother comes home and the party began. Well, let's look at the older brother's side today. Luke 15:28-32 says this: the older brother, he was angry and wouldn't go in. His father came out and begged him, but he replied, "All these years I've slaved for you and never once refused a single thing you told me to. And in all this time you never gave me one young goat for a feast with my friends. Yet when this son of yours comes back after squandering your money on prostitutes, you celebrate by killing the fattened calf." And his father said to him, "Look, dear son, you have always stayed with me, and everything I have is yours. We had to celebrate this happy day, for your brother was dead and has come back to life. He was lost, but is now found." The older brother, he was bitter. He felt like he had earned the father's love and that his rebellious and untrustworthy little brother didn't deserve it. And I bet we've all felt that way. Now the story ends, and Jesus never tells us if the older brother decided to join the party or if he stayed outside and threw himself his own party, a pity party. All we know is that he was invited. And that's the point. Jesus didn't give the Pharisees an ending because the story was an invitation. With this series of stories that we've been talking about, Jesus has been asking the Pharisees, what will you do? Will you stay outside sulking, or will you join the party? And just like the father in the story, Jesus exposed the Pharisees' bitterness and then gave them a chance to choose a different path. So where do you see yourself in this story? No matter where you are in the journey of faith right now, we all have something important to learn from Jesus. For those of us who can identify with the older brother because we've been lost in bitterness and judgment before, I want to talk to us first. Sometimes we make the mistake of thinking that life is like a game. If someone else wins, we lose. But that's not how life works, and it's definitely not how God works. When someone else gets noticed, it doesn't mean no one notices us. When someone else gets valued, it doesn't make us less valuable. When someone else gets welcomed, it doesn't make us unwelcome. When someone else gets a party thrown for them, it doesn't mean we're not worthy of celebrating. You see, God notices you, God values you, and God always welcomes you back. And you know that person you're bitter or judgmental toward? God notices, values, and always welcomes them back too. Jesus is inviting you to celebrate his love for the person you struggle to celebrate. And maybe you don't identify with the older brother, and you're not sure you really know God. Well, maybe you need to be found by Jesus for the very first time. If you've been spiritually lost, Jesus is inviting you to begin a new journey of faith. He's asking you to let him find you. Today, I hope you'll choose to celebrate what God has done and is doing in others' lives. Because when someone gets found by God, Jesus invites you to the party.